Look at the map. You can see how far we've come and what's ahead of us. That strip in the middle, the one we are about to enter, is the traffic separation scheme, the separation zone, introduced in 1967 as the first scheme of its kind ever approved by the International Maritime Organization. It divides the English Channel in two lanes, one heading north, one heading south, with a buffer zone in between. Ships must stay in their lane, and everything else, swimmers included, has to cross it. The English Channel is the busiest shipping lane in the world. Over 500 vessels pass through it every single day. Cargo ships, oil tankers, container ships, ferries, cruise liners. 16 million people and 5 million trucks cross the channel annually. Every one of them through here.
Currently 9 cross-channel swim attempts in the southwest lane. Vessels are advised to proceed with caution and keep a sharp lookout.
The nature of the vessel traffic in the Dover Strait, it will literally carry anything and everything. We're monitoring the vessel traffic that's transiting the Strait. We're doing this job in collaboration with our French colleagues as an international waterway.
Could I have your last port of call and destination ever?
Primarily with the Dover Strait, the vessels transiting from the north down to the southwest pass on the English side of the Dover Strait in a designated lane, and conversely on the French side, the vessels travelling to the northeast travel that side. The main rule of the road that we have issues with is crossing. Some vessels seem to think that they can cross at whatever angle they like. It's like a motorway, and as you can imagine, if you were trying to creep across a motorway, it would be very difficult for the oncoming traffic to work out what you're doing.
This is the pre-separation. From the boat, you can feel it before you see it. A low vibration in the water, then shapes on the horizon. Huge, slow-moving, unstoppable. A large container ship travelling at full speed needs several miles to come to a complete stop. Several miles. We were moving at the pace of a swimmer. Beneath us, 30 to 50 meters down, runs the Channel Tunnel, the longest undersea tunnel section in the world, carrying trains invisibly beneath the very ships above us. I looked around and counted at least 10-15 vessels visible at once. It felt like standing in the middle of a motorway, except the lorries were the size of a tower block and they couldn't stop. I've done my first swim at 3 a.m. and I'm feeling sick, a little bit seasick. This is our second round now, so she's swimmer number 2, swimming the second round. And we are coming into the shipping lane, as you can see. So very busy, loads of tankers, loads of cruises, and also we are coming at the edge of the separation zone, which is basically all the debris and jellyfish. So it's tough going.
That's okay. No problem. Nothing around you.
So much nicer.
The separation zone gathers more than shipping traffic. The currents that converge here, cold water from the North Sea meeting warmer Atlantic water, create a nutrition-rich environment that jellyfish absolutely thrive in. They don't swim to get there, they drift. Carried by the same currents that push channel swimmers off course, they gather in the separation zone in their thousands during summer months. There are 6 species found in the English Channel, and we were about to get very well acquainted with several of them. The small vivid purple ones, those are mauve stingers, one of the most striking looking jellyfish in British waters. Despite their small size, they pack a serious punch. Their sting is fired like a harpoon from tiny coiled cells. The brownish cream coloured ones with the distinctive markings, those are compass jellyfish. Named after the compass-looking pattern on their bell, common in the channel during the warmer summer months and well known to open water swimmers for their sting. Their tentacles trail beneath them and are easy to miss until it's too late. The sting feels like nettle sting. And then there are the ones with the long trailing tentacles, the lion's mane, the ones every channel swimmer dreads. Common in the English Channel and named for the dramatic mass of tentacles that fan out beneath them like a mane. Those tentacles can extend up to 3 meters in length. 3 meters. You can see the bell on the surface and think you're clear and still swim straight through the tentacles around them. Left untreated, a sting can cause blisters, cramp, nausea, and in serious cases, muscle paralysis. The CSPF's own guidance notes that some swimmers carry vinegar in their kit bag as it helps reduce the pain. The recommended treatment if you are already in the channel is to keep swimming and deal with it on the boat. It is incredibly rare for channel swimmers to be significantly affected by jellyfish. It is described as more of a psychological worry than a real risk. That is probably true, but nobody told us that while we were watching Marie. Andrew had started to enter the zone towards the end of his swim, and we'd noticed them gathering, one here, one there, and started to get concerned. Then Marie jumped in. Within seconds, she was surrounded. Clumps of seaweed, cuttlefish bones floating on the surface, debris. At one point, someone spotted a shoe drifting past, and jellyfish everywhere. Different sizes, different species, all around her. She yelped, she bumped into something and screamed, she got stung and groaned and yelped again, and then she just kept swimming, because that is Marie. From the boat we were shouting encouragement, trying to keep her focused. Then I remembered our playlist we put together, but didn't have the energy to play. So I grabbed the speaker, hit play, and Bohemian Rhapsody came blasting out across the English Channel at full volume. She looked up, she smiled, she nodded, and she carried on. Jonty and I were swimming right in the heart of the separation zone, the deepest part of the English Channel, dropping to over 170 meters in places. And while the surface jellyfish were concern enough, it's what lurks beneath that really plays with your mind. The barrel jellyfish. The largest jellyfish in British waters, growing up to 1.5 meters wide and weighing up to 35 kilograms. Tends to drift in deep water, vast, slow-moving, ancient-looking, beautiful from a boat, a completely different experience to swim into. We didn't encounter any of them, but we knew they were down there, and once you know that, you can't unknow it. Every smudge on my goggles made me flinch, every fragment of seaweed brushing past my arm, every shadow in the water below me. At some point during my swim, I made the decision. I forced myself to close my eyes when my face was in the water, not to look down. Not to look into the deep, just focus on the next stroke, the next breath, the boat on my right, and nothing else. Some things are better left unseen. Andrew came face to face with the lion's mane during his swim. He got stung bad. Several weeks later, he still had the marks to prove it. You can see them in the photos. Marie was stung by a compass jellyfish. Between the two of them, they managed to cover the 2 species you would least want to meet out there. I also got stung during my second swim. A small one, barely a brush. Felt like a mild nettle sting and faded within a couple of hours. I was quietly disappointed. After everything we'd been through, I was secretly hoping for a decent war wound to show off at the end. Apparently, the jellyfish took one look at me and decided I wasn't worth the effort.
Hello? 30 seconds.
Yeah.
30 seconds.
You can do it!
Come get
15 seconds! Got this, Gigi! 5, 4, 3, 2, 1!
A quick note on changeovers, because they look simple from the boat, but they are anything but. The incoming swimmer enters the water from the boat and must swim behind the outgoing swimmer, overtaking them on the outside. No touching, no high fives. The outgoing swimmer then exits the water as quickly as possible. The observer times everything. The changeover must take no more than 5 minutes. In rough seas, with a moving boat, the tired outgoing swimmer and an incoming swimmer trying to find their position, hitting that sequence precisely every single time takes real focus from everyone on board.
4, 3, 2, 1, go! Look at that speed! Woo!
Just did my second swim, trying to warm up a little bit. It's quite windy and cold. We have lovely tankers all around us. Looks like everybody's going to do 3 swims, and maybe the first one is going to do 4th, depending on the tide strength around France, which is usually strong. But yeah, 2 swim down. Sorry, probably want to go. We were past the separation zone. The shipping lanes were behind us, and for the first time, France was closer than England. It had started to rain, lightly, quietly. The kind of rain you barely notice when you've already been soaked for 10 hours. We looked out toward the French coast, and for the first time since leaving Dover, it felt real. It felt possible. And then Rob's voice cut through. The tide is turning, and if we didn't pick up the pace, it would push us east, straight toward Calais. And if that happened, there would be no safe place to land. The same swim would be called off. After everything, after the waiting, broken boat, seasickness, no sleep, jellyfish, Katie's decision, Andrew's second swim, the shipping lanes, the debris, after all of that, we needed to dig deeper, and we had nothing left.